want to talk a little bit about return on investment for estate agents. Obviously, we're very conscious that ROI is the most important metrics you can look at a business level, but also from a point of view of your website or any other marketing channel, lead generation channel that you have. So how do we go about calculating an ROI for an estate agency? In simple terms, the ROI allows you to evaluate the efficiency of an investment. Typically, we look at how much business revenue you generate versus how much you spend to get the business, in terms of the cost. And it usually expressed as a percentage or a ratio. So we do the same thing when we're looking at an ROI for driving sales or driving in new instructions. How do we go about this? So what we start with is we want to ask questions. We need to find out, what your revenue is, the income that you generate from sales and lettings. Typically this is, valuation inquiries from your website or other channels, percentage of instructions won, and then percentage of sales and lettings completed. We multiply that by the average income fee for the completion, and then that gives us some kind of total revenue. Then of course what we've got to do is find out what the costs are. How much money do you spend to receive that revenue? Typically we'll be looking at your sort of web hosting, your support and maintenance, any change requests that go on to get to that point. Of course, the digital marketing spend, SEO, social media, paid search, email marketing, those kind of things. Then mustn't forget that there's offline marketing, so there's brochures and for sale boards and window displays, door drops, etc. And then of course there's costs of customer support to get through the sale and the let right from start to finish, and people and the software involved. And then there's the fixed cost, all your offices and management and other admin. So all of these things are taken into account, and we ultimately divide your revenue by your spend, and this is how we get your ROI. And the higher the ratio or percentage, the better. So a ratio of 1 means you're about break even. We're interested in getting you 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. And that way you're going to be delighted spending, required money, because you're going to get a 3 times return on investment. That's essentially, how we like to start these projects, because it's not a real offering unless we are ultimately in it together. You're going to keep us on board and you're going to increase the marketing spend if there's a return on investment. So how do we increase your ROI? There's a bunch of things that we can do just by analyzing what you're doing today. So, one of the things we like to do is just look at improving your conversion rate. So let's say you're getting 20 valuation requests a month. You've got 5,000 visitors coming to your website. Well, can we turn that into 10,000 visitors and then just double your number of valuations just that way? So, increasing traffic, improving, your forms and your lead capture, your data capture, can make a massive difference. Obviously, the more user-friendly, the better the user experience, particularly on mobile, because you've got such a small area, and also mobile has the very, people are very, in a great hurry when they're on their phone, but they're also willing to engage a lot quicker because you can do things with simple taps and clicks. The other one is obviously making sure that you've laid a strong SEO foundation, SEO being search engine optimization. So we want to make sure the site is being crawled properly, indexed and ranked, preferably most of the, or by as many of the top keywords, making sure they're making it to page 1 of Google. So there's various methods we go about that we can talk to you in more detail. We want your customers to find you online, and when they do, we want to actually start monitoring what they're saying about your brand, and make sure your company is present, in major web platforms such as the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Maybe not all of them. Sometimes we just say, let's focus on a couple, budget permitting. And then of course making sure the search engines and the portals are all singing from the same hymn sheet, and all the leads are being capitalized on. So that's a couple of the points. And then what we like to do is, those are the more low-hanging fruit, the ones that we can work on immediately. And then we want to build a strategy around social media. So we want to drive brand awareness, both locally and maybe internationally, to increase your customer engagement with your brand and make it become part of the social conversation online. Become an authority around your area or around your particular product that you're selling. Facebook and Instagram ads have been known to get a 30-time ROI just in terms of high quality users reached. And that's a pretty impressive ratio there. So also things like paid media, Google ads, display ads, mobile ads, really can drive a great cost per acquisition. You can spend anything from £30 to £200 per valuation, depending on your areas and the competitive nature and maybe the price of your property. But it's definitely one of the safest, fastest ways to generate a great ROI for your business. Then there's the likes of email marketing, which is one of the oldest digital forms of marketing. It's a great way of staying in contact with your existing customer base, nurturing and engaging people over the years, never letting anyone be forgotten. And it's pretty cost effective to run. We'll create a beautiful newsletter, we'll create maybe a broadcast, and you can create these yourself, or it can be all part of the content strategy. We can also set up automation so that when someone shows interest in a certain thing, whether it's a tenant and they want to know more, or a landlord and they want to know some top tips to letting their property faster, for example, we can then run a series of automated emails that nurture them and build confidence, demonstrate that your brand is strong in this area and that you're an authority. And that is just a great way. You never know when someone's ready to buy or sell, let or rent, and you have to just stay in their psyche and keep your brand in their minds. Now, the most powerful content marketing form that we're working with at the moment is video. Hence why I'm talking to you on video right now. It's definitely one of the most engaging. It allows you to say something once and thousands of people can hear you say it, so it's efficient. But it's also very popular. People are just literally soaking up videos. I think that millennials are taking in 4 hours of video a day, at least. Obviously, building a solid presence on YouTube is super important. It's the second largest search engine in the world, so why would you ignore that? And engaging potential new audiences in a memorable way with video marketing is a must. It gives you a lot, secures a greater lifetime value of your customers. Now, I've said in other videos that you can check out that there's a whole digital transformation that needs to go on in estate agents and in all businesses, and it's happening as we speak. How can you make the whole sales process a lot smoother for your team and customer communication more efficient? This in its own right will increase the percentage of instructions won and sales completed, likewise for lettings and rentals. It makes the whole thing much faster. Cut out all the paperwork, make it more streamlined, make all the actions super clean and clear, personalize everything and make it very timely so people are impressed with how efficient your brand is running, but actually you and your team have way more time on your hands to actually get on and do the personal face-to-face business that you want to do. There's other things like smart My Account features that can make it easier for people to get updates, with various property alerts and so on. Tools like chatbots are proving to be a great way of getting an engagement to a certain point where you can use AI and machine learning to a degree, and then once the answers are running short and you don't have an answer that you can actually pre-program in, then it passes it over to the relevant person in your team to pick up that sale or that let and convert it. Finally, the CRMs are starting to wake up to the idea that this is your data they're storing and your customer data, and why shouldn't this be shared in a sort of two-way sync? I've done another video that's two-way sync or die, and I feel it strongly. Maybe not die, but die in terms of your business will not keep up. You've got to be able to allow people a single source of truth through your website, and that needs to live in your CRM. And when things are updated in your CRM, that needs to live on your website and your world of other third-party pieces of prop tech that you might be using. So finally, we're able to start doing some, intelligent two-way syncs and passing the right data in a timely manner back and forward. So I hope that gives you a taste of how Starberry will approach either your website project or your digital marketing. We want to deliver a return on investment. You want a return on investment. If we achieve this and work out exactly what money we have to play with, it might be a smaller budget to start, we'll build confidence, we'll work together and create traction, because it's a publishing game at the end of the day. Content is king, you've just got to keep publishing. We will create a return on investment, you will keep spending money our way, and we'll all win. So, as I always say, at Starberry, we like to create awesomeness and deliver results. So we look forward to hearing from you. Please give us a shout. We'll jump on a Zoom call and we can get a proposal put forward and put your way, and let's get the show on the road and get that return investment that we're all looking for. Thanks very much for your time today, and I look forward to meeting you hopefully in the near future and working with you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.